Kim, we good? We'd like to call the Plaquemine Parish Council meeting to order. We have roll call for all members present.
Hold on, Edwards.
Mike's not working.
I know. Okay.
Edwards, hit your mic. Mike.
Mic test? No. But it's not open for us to vote.
Not working. It's working.
Okay.
The mics are not working.
They're not working at all.
We'll do a verbal roll call till he get it straight. Commissioner, here we go. All 9 council members present. We're gonna have the prayer by Councilman Newsom and the pledge by Councilman George.
Please stand, silence your phones, and bow your heads. We take this moment to acknowledge Almighty God and thank Him for our bountiful blessings, especially for the parish's natural resources. We give thanks to God for our brave and courageous men and women in our military who daily risk their lives to protect our precious freedom. And we pray for our world leaders to know how to obtain world peace. We pray that this governing body, comprised of both council and administration, will always serve our parish with honesty, humility, and equality to all. And as this government body gathers here today, we pray for the wisdom to know right from wrong and the courage to do which is right. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes.
2, executive session, there is none. 3, proclamation.
Okay, your mic not on.
They're not
They're not
working.
working.
Oh, okay, we had talked loud.
4, administration updates.
Hello? It's not working. Good afternoon. Just a couple of updates from the administration. From Economic Development, we have our Katrina Memorial event happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Fort Jackson Museum. Public Service, Infomark is continuing to test how much water can be provided from Belle Chase to Port Sulphur, then to Empire, Buras, and Boothville. Past testing shows a significant increase in the amount of water we are able to pump into Port Sulphur and then further south. We continue to monitor the river levels for saltwater intrusion. A PO for the Port Sulphur concrete package has been issued. We are waiting on the contractor to confirm a pre-construction meeting date. We're working on a quote package for the Belle Chase asphalt package and the Southern Oaks asphalt package. Infomark is continuing to assist Linfield Hunter in the development of our water and wastewater master plan. The permit department will be temporarily, well, it has, let me just scratch that. It has moved to building 700 because they had mold and mildew and repairs are being done in their file rooms. The reason for the move was that upon further assessment, it was discovered that there was extensive mold found in many parts of the building. So, and originally they thought it was just the file room, but it has moved throughout the building. So they relocated them temporarily to building 700. And quotes are being obtained to ask for repair budget. From the Director of Projects, as per Senator Connick and Representative Bro, the Peters Road Bridge has been pushed to a critical structure project and is on the radar in DC. With Jacob's help, the $5 million in penalties accumulated for delayed completion of the Belle Chase Bridge opening will be used as a match, helping to cover some of the costs for Phase 2, which is of the box culverts on the Jefferson Parish side of the bridge. And that's all that we have. Anybody else?
Any comment, question for the administration? The machine, I don't think it's working. We could try it.
Ms. Carter, the last part you said about the 5 million, could you send us some information about that? Because I didn't absorb it. If you
Okay.
could just send that in via email.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you.
Mr. Newsom?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah. Yeah, they were. No, that was, Ms. Patty, that was done at the, Joint Transportation Committee meeting in Baton Rouge on, I forget the
3
date
weeks
now.
ago.
A couple weeks ago, DOTD presented it to the Joint Transportation Committee of both the Senate and the House, and it was approved unanimously by that. So they did move roughly around, they didn't have the exact dollar,
It's a
but it's roughly, like as Ms. Carter said, around $5 million to that project, which even furthermore, moves that project further along, which is a huge asset to Plaquemines Parish. Also, Ms. Carter, through the, I don't know if you all received it, probably through Brad, they did have a notice to proceed with that $7.4 million grant that came through Federal Highways, that actually the port got it, and then DOTD is administering. So they gave the go-ahead to do that. What that does is, that funds 100% of the preliminary design. So that's basically saying this project is moving forward. So all great news, and thank administration and you guys for doing that. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. McCarty?
I hate to speak loud when I'm trying to talk here, but Mr. Newsom and council members, who do you think should inform us of things like that? Because I wasn't aware. Is there some way that we could come together and get a report on things that happened outside of the council?
Well, are you talking about the notice to proceed?
What Mr. Newsom was speaking of, that it was,
The 5 million or the notice to proceed?
Both.
Both of them. So, well, we just got the notice to proceed yesterday evening.
Yesterday.
So we can definitely
Okay.
share that. But the date for the actual notice to proceed was dated for September the 2nd. So today's a little bit ahead of that, but we definitely could, share. But that just came through yesterday, and then Mr. Lede kind of like signed off on it today. So,
And you was in Baton Rouge when it happened.
Yeah, we went back and
and I think Bro,
yesterday.
Representative Bro spoke about the 5 mil the last time he was here at the council meeting as well. But I can make sure that, that you get that.
thank you.
Yeah. Any other council member? I have a couple of things. One is I want to commend the administration on the enormous amount of work we did in the Brickware, especially in the Scarsdale Road cleaning up. I've gotten a lot of calls from residents. We had a hard rain, and it made a big difference in that area. So I want to commend, and also the work that they're doing on the back road and getting the lilies out is going real good. Kim, I was hoping the video was on because I got a lot of calls from residents still trying to understand the Brickway to levy issue, and I really wanted you to make a statement so they can hear from you just what's happening, because I'm getting so many calls about it. So we're not being video, but I know we have Mr. Brox, who's sort of like Channel 8 News on the East Bank of the River. Maybe he can echo it, that, but it just, that Brickway to White Ditch, where's that in the CPR thing, just so, because I just want to get a public statement on it, because I've been telling people from my perspective. Can you give us something on that?
It's not going to work.
Mike Elway.
The mics are working for YouTube, so speak into the mics because it is working for YouTube.
Oh, good then, okay, perfect then, okay.
Okay. Well, it is still in the master plan, but original analysis that CPRA had done, it was a problem with sustainability to continue to spend that much money on that section. But it is still in the master plan, and I actually had a meeting this week with a new company to see what we can actually get done, how we can try to get some additional funding to try to get that section done, because we do want to certify. So that it's all about right now doing everything that we can do to search for funding to continue to raise that area so we can start certifying all of our levies.
Thank you. And instead we're speaking of levy, Mr. Beers, and I talked to Mr. Garrett about, and I think I talked to Dr. Gu and several other council members I went to Baton Rouge maybe 3 weeks ago, and I saw it on paper. We had Plaquemine Parish Levy Board, right? And then in terms of talking to Mr. Garrett and also talking to the dinosaur up here, Mr. Gouy, who's been around longer than anybody else, that at one point, the Plaquemine Parish Council was the levy board. But my understanding that when we moved from the 5 commission to 9 member, instead of it being the executive being what the commission council was legislative and executive, one that switched over to 9 single member district, the power that the levy board has, if I can say power, that was switched to the administration, somewhat to that. So I'm trying to find out what would it take for us to meet as a levy board, just in terms of to have some say so in the priorities of what's happening with the levy, because on paper, one time we had the Beers levy, we had the Grand Prairie levy, and I think West Bank levy. Even something coming up today, I think with Mr. LaFrance thing says something about West Bank levy. So the word West Bank levies is being used. So I'm trying to understand what can we do to get back to whether we have executive power or not, but the Plaquemine Parish Council meet as a levy board and have some say-so in terms of priorities, talk about direction, because a lot of times people ask us about levies and stuff like that. And again, we really don't serve as the levy board, but on paper, you see West Bank levy. So I'm trying to understand why we're still using West Bank levy, Beers levy, if the council is not the levy board. Can you give me just some clarity of maybe the meeting of the mind that you all have?
So when the latest charter was adopted, the levy district powers and authorities were basically assumed by the entire government, both council and administration. And essentially, you all do sit as a levy board. You'll notice from time to time, even on the agenda today, you'll see 9A1, and you're going to be authorizing on behalf of the West Bank Levy District, you're going to be authorizing the issuance of temporary easements for the Corps to do its work on those levies. You'll also see when we expropriate property, using our expropriation power to either expand the levies or build new levies.
I can't, yeah, come.
You'll also be doing that on behalf of the levy district. So we don't have separate levy district meetings. I guess technically the council could do that if it wanted to. I just don't think that it's legally necessary. So, and the other thing is most of our levy issues are done by the Coastal Resources Director, and you all obviously have say over that as well. You appropriate the money. You could put money in capital projects. You could dictate how we do certain things on the levies by your appropriation power and just your general run-of-the-mill legislative power. Ever since I've been around, at least the last 12 years now, you all have just exercised that authority as the general counsel. We continue to use the levy district terms for expropriation purposes because those districts still exist. They still territorially exist as those individual districts. The charter does allow us to merge the levy districts if we would like to and just have one big district, but that would require a vote of the people, and we could put that on the ballot. So I hope that kind of clarifies things a little bit, but
So Randy, when the police jury.
Oh, no, Dr. Gouy, I'm sorry, you came out of order, man, I'm sorry.
Oh, I should go to my computer.
I don't want to answer him.
Okay,
Just turn on this mic.
I don't think it's working now?
Yeah, it's working for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just while we're on that topic, when the police jury of Plaquemine Parish was dissolved and the commission council came into play in 1960, that's when the consolidated government came in. And the consolidated government meant all of the boards were under one roof. When the 5 to 9 occurred and there was a separation of administration and legislative bodies in 86, nothing else changed as far as the powers of government. It's just that in the commission council, they would do the legislative and the administrative. That was split as where we are now. So in regards to levy boards, we are, as Randy said, we are the levy board, and we take it up under consolidated government, just like we do for sewer and water and the zoning and everything. So, as you said, if we chose to have separate meetings for levy boards, yeah, we could do that. But we're doing that now as a consolidated government. So to me, that's how I see it. And if I'm off, you let me know. But
Yeah, anytime you act to expropriate property, temporary easements, spend money on levies, you're more or less doing it as the levy board. It's just that you're the Plaquemines Parish Council, you're the governing authority, and unlike the port, and I think even a long time ago, the port was probably handled just like the levy boards are handled, all as one. But then obviously when we separated it, we have two meetings now. So you are the levy board. You have all the authorities that levy boards have under the statutes and under the Constitution. You just kind of do it as your normal course of business as a council.
Mr. LaFrance?
He's already in. Do we have anyone from the water department? Anyone from Infomark?
From where?
Infomark.
Oh, Infomark. I don't know.
We just talking about the levy board right now, but it should be.
No, we on the,
No, we're not. No, we're
You're
not.
not on the, administration?
No. We're on the administration, yes.
Yeah.
But right now, we're just talking about whether we should meet at the levy board.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You gave him the floor. Now he's talking about whatever he wants to talk
Okay.
about. Just like
So-
when you get me the vote, though, I'm not talking about what I want to talk
Okay.
Make it short.
I just wanted, Infomark to give us an update. I thought we passed legislation to have somebody, a representative from, Infomark to be here. It was news to me that our booster station in Diamond has been out. It hasn't been working for years. Did anyone know?
That's not me.
Well, I wanted them to give us a report. Just tell them at the next council meeting to give us a report, update on.
We'll
where
ask,
we at.
we'll ask Mr. Morgan or Mr. DeMarco to call you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Conovich.
Yeah, because I was gonna congratulate him on a week's worth of pressure, but I was gonna ask him also, who gave Paul LeMaire permission to go on my property? Because I filed papers with the sheriff's office to have him arrested for trespassing.
First I'm hearing
Parish,
about it.
the
We'll-
parish has authority to go to my water meter. From the water meter to my house is my property. I'm responsible for it, the whole line. So if he's on my property checking without my permission, it's trespassing.
They're en route. Infomark will have, they'll have two people en route, so you'll be able to match.
And then, on ordinance, now this is an old ordinance, airboats. We used to have to register them with the parish, and you had to have parish numbers put on the rudders. Why did we get away from that?
I don't know that we've gotten away with it. I think the permit office still probably can do that or has authority to do that. I guess the issue is we don't really have anyone in the field to enforce it. I can check with permits and see, but
Because
we don't have an enforcement division out there.
the sheriff's the enforcement division, don't we pay him for,
I'm sorry?
doesn't the sheriff's office police our ordinances?
Yes.
So,
They should, yes.
and didn't we just vote for him to get more tax money?
Well,
So-
I would recommend a meeting with them and we can go over that issue. And then I can get with permits and see, what they're doing.
Because I'm getting a lot of complaints. Because duck hunting's fixing to come, alligator season's open now. So a lot of the landowners are tired of people going on their properties with these airboats.
I know this issue comes up from time to time and I would have to rely on the sheriff's office because we don't have enforcement like they do. But I'll check with permits and see how they're currently handling that.
And then, the other day, garbage pickup was delayed because one of the trucks broke down. Are we thinking about buying new trucks? Because both of the trucks down the road are, 10 years old? Oh, that's budget time. We did. Where they at? Plus, where we at with the roll-off truck that wrecked on the property? Are we getting a new one, or are we getting that one fixed, or?
He'll be back? Okay. We'll have to wait for Mr. Wishers on that. He's stepped out temporarily. He'll be back.
All right, thanks.
Ms. McCarthy?
My question concerns the diversion and the levies, so Ms. Buck may be able to answer, or Mr. Jurasich. But I'm wondering, how secure is the levee around the diversion? If we had a storm, is it vulnerable?
Yes.
So do we think that the levee from the Mississippi River could cave in, or is it the other side?
The Mississippi River levees are federal levees, and they're secure. They
Okay.
do not have a problem at all. Our back levees are getting there.
Okay, so what is the vulnerable side?
I don't which levee are you talking
The
about?
back levee is the vulnerable side? Is
In
you're
what
talking-
area?
The diversion. I just wanted to ask if the digging of the diversion has caused any concern.
The only, by the diversion on the front, the Mississippi River levee is fine. And in the back area, where it's just empty lots, actually, across the street from, it's not the Mississippi, it's a back levee, and it was
Okay.
just a parking lot, so there was no construction or anything going on there.
Okay, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I have on your president legal, that's you? Huh? Okay, okay.
What's the question?
No, I saw president legal. Okay, Mitch?
Yes,
Unless he's got a thing at home.
No, I mean, it just showed up here, so I didn't know what it was.
just to answer Ms. McCarty's question, they really didn't touch the levee when they started the work. And we don't have a diversion anymore, by the way, just letting you know.
I meant around the diversion. but thank
What
you.
diversion? What diversion? There is no diversion. Okay.
I like that.
The canceled diversion. Yeah, thank you.
Plantation property?
Any other questions or comments from the audience for an administrative report?
Well, I think we should defer until water gets here and Billy gets back where we can come back to it.
Okay,
Questions.
okay, all right.
Mr. LaFrance has a question.
Mr. France?
No, what is more than that?
Oh, okay. Oh, when Robert come, okay. Next item?
5, bids and advertisements, there are none. 6, beer and liquor licenses, there are none. 7, building permits, there are none. 8, introduction of ordinances and resolutions.
Can we go back a little bit just to say what Mr.
Do what?
The following legislation is for Councilmember Edwards. A resolution authorizing the parish president to transfer a personal carrier to the Plaquemines Parish Sheriff's Office Department and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution authorizing the Plaquemines Parish Community Action Agency to prepare the necessary application to the Louisiana Workforce Commission, receiving the Community Services Block Grant Funds for the program year 2026, and authorizing the president of the Plaquemines Parish Government to sign and submit said application and contract and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution authorizing the Plaquemines Community Action Agency to prepare the necessary application to the Louisiana Housing Corporation for a grant to provide utility assistance to residents of Plaquemines Parish for fiscal year 2026, and authorizing the president of Plaquemines Parish Government to sign and submit said application and contracts and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution authorizing the Plaquemines Parish Community Action Agency to prepare and file an application with the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development on behalf of the Plaquemines Parish Government for a grant under 49 CFR 5311 Formula Grant for Rural Areas and for 49 CFR 5339 grants for Bus and Bus Facility Program as amended to provide public rural transportation to residents of Plaquemines Parish and further authorizing Plaquemines Parish President to execute and file which such application and insurance of any other document required and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to levy millages on the 2025 tax roll on all property subject to taxation by Plaquemines Parish government and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to repeal, rescind, and set aside ordinance number 25-125 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next two are for Councilmember Champagne. An ordinance to amend the 2025 general fund operating expenditure budget, buildings, general department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution authorizing the parish president on behalf of the Plaquemines Parish Council to certify to Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development that the Plaquemines Parish Government has complied with all FHWA/DOTD requirements in 2025 relative to bridges located in Plaquemines Parish under the Plaquemines Parish Government's jurisdiction and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next one is for Councilmember Schultz. An ordinance to amend the fee schedule for emergency medical transport and services provided by the Plaquemines Parish Emergency Medical Services Department and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The following is for Councilmember Gouy, an ordinance to amend and as amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted by reference and which is paraphrased thereto, with reference to application number 2025-587, dated May 7th, 2025, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next three are for Councilmember LaFrance, an ordinance to amend and as amended readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number.
You talk a little more than Mike, Kim? 'Cause
I'm sorry?
Some more.
Doing your best.
Okay.
An ordinance to amend and as amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, in the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted and referenced and which is paraphrased thereto with reference to application number 2025-601 dated June 3rd, 2025. An ordinance to amend and as amended readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted by reference and which is paraphrased thereto with reference to application number 2025-600 dated June 30th, 2025. An ordinance to amend and as amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of the Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted in reference, which paraphrased thereto, with reference to application number 2025-602 dated July 29, 2025. An ordinance to amend and as amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted by reference and which is paraphrased thereto, with reference to application number 2025-603. The next three are for Councilmember Jurasich. An ordinance to amend and as amended readopt Ordinance Number 25-118 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 2025 Road Maintenance Fund operating expenditure budget, Road Maintenance Public Right-of-Way Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to reaffirm the surplus declaration of parcel number 8400500 as identified by the Plaquemines Parish Assessor, also known as the LSU Ag Center property located at 22197 Highway 23, Port Sulphur, Louisiana, 70083, which is no longer needed for public purposes, and authorize the same for sale to the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District in accordance with law and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. And last one is an ordinance for Councilmember Konovich, an ordinance to approve Plaquemines Parish governments entering into an intergovernmental agreement with the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority regarding the engineering and design of the Barataria Basin Ridge and Marsh Creation Spanish Pass Increment 2, BA-0282, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. And that is it.
Ernest, can we get any withdrawals? Can we do that? Who's here?
We
Oh,
have
Billy?
we have changes for one of them, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And we,
Well, hold on, Billy's back, and I think there was some questions for you, Billy, when you was out. One of the things, Billy, when you was out, I want to commend the work that was done in Scarsdale cleaning the ditch. I got a lot of response for people's help and the work that they're doing on the back to take the lilies off. The only thing I was hoping that the lily, when they did it some years ago, they just let the stuff stay there. At least this time they're digging just lilies, not mud like they did the last time. So I'm hoping there's a plan so it don't stay there. But anyway, great work. I think, Ms. Konovich.
Yeah, I'd asked about the garbage truck since it broke down the other day.
It's back since then.
When are we gonna buy a new one?
You want us to look into buying a new one, we can do that. They got more than they need now.
Well,
So the issue was, they run two routes from Lake Hermitage south. So that's two garbage trucks on the road. They have a spare. The spare just happened to be down getting work done to it when the other one went down, so that left it with one. I think it rolled over into the next morning, but it was completed. They did the last part of that Monday run Tuesday morning. No, it didn't shut operations down, it just delayed it a little bit.
yeah, but we still get the calls.
Oh, yeah, we get the calls too, but yeah. And look, the superintendent tried to reach out to everybody he could to let them know there was gonna be a delay in schedule, but
And then, I know both the surplus one and the one that broke down, close to 10 or if not over 10 years old.
could be, yeah. I think the newest one might be 4 years old, so.
And, we had it in the budget last year to buy a new one.
Well, I think he ended up buying a trash truck instead, but yeah, look, they're self-funded, they make money, so we can look at buying another one, but, right now he's got more people than he has trucks. If we buy more trucks, we could end up in a situation where we got more trucks than people, but we can look into that for sure. Look, it's better that we can upgrade the fleet whether we need the truck or not, so we could eliminate the older truck and send it to auction and buy a new one, we can do that.
And then, with the roll-off truck that wrecked, where we at with that one?
Yeah, the roll-off truck that wrecked is going to be replaced for sure. It still hasn't had the appraiser come out and decide if it's going to be a total or not. And the issue with that is, as a commercial vehicle, if they determine it to be totaled, even if we say, well, it looks like it just needs a cab, once it's determined to be totaled, it's totaled. It's not like your personal vehicle. You can get a salvage title type of thing. It doesn't work that way in the commercial world.
But if they total it, can we pull parts off of it before?
Yeah,
they
sure.
take it?
Yeah, sure, because we're self-insured. It ain't like they're going to take it and go put it in a junkyard somewhere. We can use it for spares.
That's one of our problems when something breaks down and we go to sell it. We don't take none of the spare parts for the other things we got.
Right.
Thank you.
Ms. McCarthy.
Hi, Mr. Richards. I understand that District 5, for instance, Covert Canal is on a once-a-month cut. Is Woodland Highway on the north side, I see that we're cutting Woodland Highway on the south side, but is Woodland Highway on the north side on a path to be cut?
Well, Woodland
Federal.
Highway and Covert's a lot different. Covert's on a set schedule, once a month, first week of the month. Woodland Highway's cut by multiple types of machines. Sometimes they use one type and do it this week, and then they don't do the next machine until the next week. So it's not everything gets done on Woodland at one single time, but they are back on. I mean, you've seen some things in Woodland getting done lately. Usually, once they hit Woodland, it's within a couple of weeks everything gets done on Woodland. But it's not a set once a month rotation like the other one.
So there's about 200 yards that hasn't been cut this year, and it's next to Cambridge Drive?
I'll have to look into it. I'm not sure.
Okay. And the last question, Mr. Jairus may also have to chime in. In front of Dollar General, the general manager has changed, and I've gone there to try and get the name of the new manager to no success. Can we cut that and send them a bill or put a lien on their taxes or anything?
Yeah, you can send it to code enforcement and they'll handle it.
Okay. Thank you.
But FYI, I believe code enforcement has looked at that situation and it was determined to be not a code violation. It looks ugly, but that didn't make it a code violation. Residential, commercial, undeveloped property, there's different rules for everything to do with code enforcement. If I remember correctly, that little retention pond
Yeah.
thing was one of those that, unless it starts outreaching that little levee they have around there to everything, it wasn't. Anything inside their berm was
So it can be
whatever.
as full of grass.
Right, it can be trees, weeds, whatever, it's inside their berm. That's from my memory, but I'll follow up on it.
Okay, thank you.
Mitch?
Yes, Mr. Witcher, just a quick question, because I've been noticing the last couple weeks at Solid Waste South, right there at Home Place, do y'all move the containers inside the fence for the weekends instead of leaving them out? Because the people are still dumping it out,
Right.
but I guess we need to notify them, they can go in there. I like the way they did that, because you put the fence, you covered everything, so it's not an eyesore. I appreciate that, but I think the residents,
Yeah,
maybe a sign needs to be put on the fence.
We're waiting on the signs, correct, yeah, once the signs are up, you know what's gonna happen after the signs too, but
Yeah,
there are inside now, 7 days a week, not just for the weekends.
well, good.
Front gate's being relocated to the back, so they'll have 24-hour access to that fenced-in area, you know.
No, I really appreciate that. It is tidying things up. We just need to get the residents to understand the go. Thank you.
Conover?
Code enforcement, I know a couple meetings ago, somebody asked for update on what happened at the code enforcement hearing. I never heard anything about it.
We had about 5 or 6 individuals, properties we'd handled. The judge actually just issued his judgments for them to be uploaded into the code enforcement. Generally, for most of those individuals, I think with one exception, we give them 30 days. Usually they'll request 30 days. We'll give them 30 days. But now that the judgment's made effective, generally the clock starts ticking then. They have 30 days. If it's not done, then we'll do it. And then we'll assess the cost to the property, and then we'll put it on the tax rolls as part of the deal. There was one property that was deemed an emergency that we went ahead, and I don't know the status of it. I'll have to get it, but he ordered that it be demolished, immediately. I can ask Ms. Amitra or someone over at Code Enforcement to send you guys a report. I'm trying to stay out of it, to be honest with you. We have a good attorney handling that for us, and we have a good hearing officer, and that first meeting went fairly well. A few little kinks we got to work out, but I think all in all, it's going to end up being a good program for the parish.
'Cause I know I seen a long list of properties that had to go to the meeting, I guess. I don't know if they all went, but there was a few in my district that I don't know if they went or not, or if anything happened.
Yeah, and if they don't go, we basically issue a default judgment. So if we can prove that we followed all the notice requirements and the provisions, we can issue a default judgment without them present, and those would stand just like any other. I'll have to get with Christian. I think we can put the hearings. I think we put the council meetings on a hard drive. I think we could probably put those videos on that hard drive as well. So if y'all want to go look at them or review them, y'all can do that. If y'all want something like a monthly report or something like that, I'd have to get with the code enforcement people to, present that to you all. What's that? Oh, okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Not to detail the case, but they give us monthly updates.
Okay, yeah. So I'm, like I said, I'm kind of
Who gives y'all the
trying to.
monthly updates?
Ashton Jones?
He sends them to y'all or he calls you? 'Cause
No, sends it.
Send it.
I don't get them.
Bureau?
Yeah, because I get mine too.
I check junk every day, but I don't get them.
Yeah, I get them too. Before you come, Mr. Brown, what, you say that if a person doesn't show up, Can you tell us what that mean? We get a default judgment just for the people in the audience, know what that mean if you don't show up?
It basically means that the judge can rule against them even though they don't show up. So, I mean, obviously everyone's entitled to present a defense or ask for leniency or, put up whatever defense or witnesses they want. If they fail to exercise that right, well, that's on them. It doesn't mean we can't proceed just because they don't show up. So we just proceed. We still put the case on. We still submit the evidence that's there for review, and they'll take action according to the judgment, regardless of whether or not they show up.
Do we have money to do anything? Because let's, for instance, we say we get the default judgment. Can we go in and tear down the building and do those kind of things?
I have to get with them to find out how much is exactly in the budget, but if my recollection's right, working through the budget process last year, we set aside some money to get that done. Now, if I got to go spend $500,000, no way, we don't have that kind of money. But it's my understanding we set aside some money to get the ball rolling on that. And if my recollection's right, I told the council that I couldn't guarantee that would be enough to handle everything because I didn't know, how the program would run. It's a new program. So, so I think we have enough to get us by. I mean, obviously we're halfway through the year. I'll find out how much this first round is going to cost us, if anything. And then hopefully by next year, when we develop the 2026 budget, I'll have a firmer grasp of how much money we're going to be spending on an annual basis.
And the reason why I did that because, I heard Mr. Witcher respond about the Dollar General thing and going to Charmaine them office. That's what you're talking about, health department. And I know when they was doing that before, they ran into a problem. They was able to cite a lot of people, but they didn't have no money to do any work with. So while they was going out citing and finding problems, that's all they could do because they didn't do it. At one point, they had a little amount of money, and then they used that up to go in and tear down the building or remove debris and all those things. So that's why I'm asking.
I think at one time, certainly under the prior administration, when things were tight, there wasn't enough money to do that. The health department recently got, $1 million grant. So I think that's freed up some money for us to use for these type of things. But I'll try to give you a more precise number. But our intention is if we don't have the money, we're going to come to y'all and ask for the money to the extent y'all continue, to make this a priority.
Mr. Brox? And we don't have a mic, so you got to talk loud.
Clarence Brox, 156 Enos Camerland. Since we talking about blighted property, right? That's correct?
Yes.
I remember y'all said something about like $3,500 they're going to put in that fund to try to help people that need help, get their property blighted, or that have blighted property. But I'm trying to get a committee together, a few guys, and from Palmhouse to Phoenix, to trying to get somebody get. They say that the people they send drones, they send a crew, they got a lawyer and all this kind of stuff. And if they got blighted property and what they call blighted property, y'all say we don't live in the country, we live in a subdivision, right? Not a subdivision or something like that. But our grass is different from your grass. One thing, our trees are different from your trees. So we don't have the money, for one thing, to keep our houses and our land up to date, because you might be trying to grade us the same thing that Bell Chase graded. That's not the same as down in Pearl House, David, and Phoenix. We might have a next door neighbor, they got a wooded area. We can't afford to clean up that wooded area. And I wanted to go to that first meeting that they had. I guess nobody never told me when it's gonna be. Is y'all putting the meetings on Facebook or through the parish website or anything so people can know that this stuff be going on? A lot of people, houses being penalized, and they don't even know they're being penalized. Right. So, and as Mr. Berry said, they're going to be the parish property if they're going to put a $500 fine on people's houses. People can't afford their water bills right now. So how they going to pay a fine, and the fine going to go to their taxes. And then when they don't be able to pay their taxes, they're gonna be belong to the parish. Like Mr. Berry said, they're gonna be the parish problem, with the blighted property. So,
Let me say this, Mr. Broxby, because we've had this conversation clear. And there's one thing I'm very clear up on is relate to blighted property in Grad, because I live on East Bank too. And I just think there's a difference in people just letting the grass go out the way. And I think we had this conversation before. I know people, and probably the other people at trailer left it, and it's falling out on people's yard. That we can't excuse that. So there's a difference in that. And so again, I would hope that that would be a good thing. You could get people to go around and help clean people's stuff up. But I know just for a fact, listen to me, I didn't know for a fact that this, I'm clear about Belcher as being Emerald City, so you don't have no problem with me on that. But I think this particular blighted issue that we're talking about is that I don't want the East Bank to be excused on that, and I would concede to that loud, because if you got a home, even if you got a nice trailer, you don't want somebody to leave a house next to yours falling down, not keeping up on it, and saying using it because it's the East Bank. I just don't go with that, and I'm not buying that, and I'm unapologetic on that. I would defend that. I just think that we have to be responsible for keeping our property clean. I don't think that an older person who keeping our property should be up, and then my mother died and my sister and brother take the house over and they don't take care of it. This old lady got to worry about the house fall. We got to clean these banks just like everybody else. And I know for a fact, because I've been monitoring this process real good on it. And so you have a process, there's a hearing, give you a chance to clean up. And I know I've elected sometime in myself and letting grass go behind my mother's house, and I have to get there with a sow and a sling board doing it prevents snakes and stuff. And I know one time the East Bank, we was on record as the most clean community because we cut the grass. There's a generation who just don't do that. So again, I want to separate the difference in this, West Bank, East Bank on this. The thing that we came up with is to make sure we get blighted. I could tell you right there. These people call us on East Bank and say, Rev, the person let the tree done fell down on the back of my house and all that. That's inexcusable. And so I'm saying there's no excuse for that. But I applaud, because the firemen used to go around cleaning people out, building things and doing those kind of things. But we made sure it happened. So again, I just want to separate your comment for saying that comparing the East Bank to the West Bank as it relates to trees. I don't see that. I think the disordinance here, and again, I want to say it loud to people, because I don't back down from what I'm saying. I'm unapologetic in terms of giving the East Bank a pass to having blighted houses, next to people who build houses and keep the grass clean, and people just putting all kind of junk in it. I don't think people should have that. So I'm just saying, I'm totally against that, and we got people calling us all the time. So I just want to separate the difference on it, because we had the conversation before. So I just think that, again, if people got problems, elderly people, we can understand. My only issue with this is that if I pay the taxes on the property and I got other family members on the property and then elected, my problem is they come in at me for it. That to me is the problem. But
We understand.
okay. Agree. No, we don't need to move on. We need to stay on this a little bit more. I just want to say one more thing. But our property get blighted, we're going to lose our property. Our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers bought these properties. Uneducated people bought.
But they're not taking your property, Brock. Let's be clear.
The property.
They're not taking nothing in this legislature saying where people are taking your property. I don't think that's what we're talking about, taking nobody's property.
If you don't pay it, you're going to have a $500 fine on you. You can't pay it.
Look, this is more like a town hall type of situation. We don't want to go there. Let's settle this. Let's work on this outside.
And another thing I see the people in here going to be owning our property because we have private property.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, come on up. Yeah.
How y'all doing? My name is Tyrone Nicola. I've been in this parish.
You can talk loud, Tyrone.
My name is Tyrone Nicola. I've grown up in this parish. Since I got here, all I hear about the West Bank. What's about the East Bank? I'll ask you yesterday. It's killed. You ever been to the marina? Huh? They got grass growing around like nobody there. All right? You got this Mardi Gras pass. You kill oyster. I've been in oyster business all my life. All right? They took the oyster business over. We worked over the river for this commission, and we ain't never got no play. We got 3 days a week, 2 days a week, then he shut us down. He had us at a limit. But all the oyster business is gone. We don't have nothing here no more.
But Tyrone, we're gonna talk, Mardi Gras Pass is on here as the next thing to talk about. What we're talking about right now with blighted property. But that's on the thing, and I'm asking that it come up so we can talk about it, but that's on here, the Mardi Gras Pass. But we was talking right now with just blighted property.
All right.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Well, we have, Mr. Kenny Bartholomew from Infomart.
No, but he's not in that capacity. He's not in that capacity. Okay. Huh? Robert Morgan, what?
He said he was here to answer questions.
Mr. Batal, Ken, did you know you was here to represent Infomart to answer any question? I don't, they're not working.
Yeah, but they working on YouTube if you
How you doing? I'm Kenny Bartholomew.
Oh, yeah. They working.
I was working too.
But anyway, getting back up on what you was asking about the Diamond booster station. He said he talked to you up on that a while back.
Right.
And he told you that the VSDs was messed up in that pump station, whatever, the booster station. And he also said that the booster station been out ever since Katrina. And they said at this point they really don't need it, but they're planning on fixing it, but it's not a necessity right now because of the other lines that they have pumping water to in that area.
Okay, but if it been out ever since Katrina, but the people on the southern end was suffering from low water pressure. If that booster station would have been up and running, that would have helped pressure up their lines.
But right now, the way he's telling me it's working, they're using it without their station in service. He said, but they need the VSCs in order to bring that back online.
And VSCs or
VFDs.
VFDs or.
Yes. It's some kind of system to pump it's a valve.
And it's 50,000 a piece for each one of the valves, and he said that they asked before and they weren't able to get the funding for it.
To replace or rebuild? But I think we are rebuilding some. I don't want to put you on the spot, bro.
I mean, that's.
I don't want to put you on the spot. But he did tell me that they are being rebuilt. But I wanted the council to know that if we would have our Diamond Booster station up and running, and we wouldn't have to hear Mr. Conover complain all the time about having enough water. I hope that would help his situation out. But we are anticipating another saltwater intrusion. So if we get that Diamond Booster station up and running, I think that will totally help us a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowden.
Put the man on the spot.
I was gonna congratulate him today until I heard Empire didn't have water.
Can we revert back to the agenda in order? Next item.
9, ordinances and resolutions on second reading and final passage. 9A, ordinances and public hearings pursuant to Article 6, Section 601E of the Plaquemines Parish Charter. 9A1, an ordinance by the Plaquemines Parish Council as and on behalf of the West Bank Levy District to extend temporary work area easements in certain portions of lands and Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana by appropriation to complete construction of the New Orleans to Venice NOV NFW 0682 project, Point Celeste to Point Lahash, Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana for levee, flood wall, drainage, flood access, and hurricane protection purposes. and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember LaFrance.
So often.
Offer and second. Any comments from the audience?
Clarence Block 156, Enos Campbell. Can y'all explain a little bit to us about this? I know a little bit, but the audience probably don't know anything about it. I know they're gonna do levies and all that stuff from Alliance to Post Office. That's what it's all about.
Yes, this is just giving them the right of way.
Give them the right of way.
Levy from West Point, Lahash to Point Celeste.
The right of way.
The levy is being constructed. I would imagine the levy is about 80% constructed.
This is just increasing the servitude to give them a little more space to work.
All right, thanks.
Already existing stuff, nothing new.
All right, thanks.
Any other administration table? Machine is open for voting. And it passed unanimous. Next item, please.
B, an ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan. road-
Deferred,
Deferred.
C deferred.
Do we have any other deferral, the withdrawal before we continue? Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out.
9N, that's a deferral or withdrawal?
Deferral.
Okay. Let's proceed.
9D, an ordinance to amend the 2025 operating expenditure budget, various funds, various departments, various line items, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards, this has changes.
Offer.
We are removing in the digest, $54,020 and inserting $10,975. The fund balance, which it was originally designated, fund balance designated for surplus has been removed. And now it is coming from the general fund, unreserved, undesignated fund balance. On line 18 and 19, which is,
Line what?
18 and 19. $54,030 has been removed and $10,975 has been inserted. The fund balance
42.
surplus has been removed.
The
Hold
one
on.
she passed out. This is the one,
I got a 10,000, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
the one she did, Ms. Morrell.
I'm sorry, we didn't have the other one.
Also on line 19, we are inserting general fund, unreserved, undesignated fund balance. In the chart, the first one, we're inserting line, object number 528.340, maintenance copier machine overage decrease of $1,800. The next line is 541.010, supplies is also being decreased to $650. I'm sorry, $655. The third chart and the fourth chart is completely removed. The fifth and sixth chart is removed. Then the seventh chart, there's an object number that has been inserted, 534.710 consultants accounting, and it's a decrease of $1,800. The next chart, we're inserting object number 532.001, professional services general is decreasing by $3,915. The next is, we're inserting 532.001, professional services general, a decrease of $5,215. The following chart, we're inserting 546.810 is the object code, maintenance, paint, and supplies, a decrease of $1,305. The first chart on page 3 is being removed. The second chart on page 3, we're inserting object number 532.180, professional services, grass cutting is decreased by $1,075. The next chart, 548.305, as the object code is being inserted, for fuel aviation, a decrease of $1,305. The following chart is being completely removed. Then we're skipping a chart that's fully done. And then the next chart, right above section 2 on page 3, we're inserting Fund 001 General Fund, Department/Division, 596-3000 Community Action Agency Department. An object code of 563.105 for computer software is increased by $230. The second object number is 563.110. Computer hardware, that's being increased by $1,075 and no other changes.
Right here. Repeat that? It's been second. Any comments from the audience? Administration, table. Machine is open for vote. Oh, sorry. Oh, we got some folks. Mr. Newsom?
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make an amendment to this. I would like to remove the second section on this legislation from line 31 through line 37 to be removed. And with that,
31 to 37.
to be removed, and with that, I offer the amendment and ask for a second.
It's been motioned by Mr. Newsom to move line item. Give it to me. Okay. It's been second.
You want to open up to the audience?
Yes. Any comments from the audience?
Arthur Henry, Bell Chase. Mr. Newsom, let's say you, what it's about.
I was going to speak after the audience.
All right, okay. But I should have did that before, but if you called me.
I'll speak on it now. I was going to let the audience, if anybody from that. So, and number one is this, all this work was done. I want to compliment the finance department, Ms. Morell and her team for doing this. This was, took on this task. I'm sure somebody else will speak about the reason, but, about why it's, and I'm not a computer guy, but what we're doing here is, originally it was coming out the surplus fund, but Ms. Morell went through and found monies in every one department's budget, except for two. Her budget couldn't come with no more, so we had to take it out to general fund. And Boat Harbors in here also has no money in Boat Harbors. It's an enterprise fund that runs at a deficit, so we have to transfer money from the general fund to Boat Harbors to cover that. So they had no money in their budget to move it. My amendment is removing this District 1, moving District 1 stuff, whereas to make sure, not that District 1 does not need computers, by all means, that's not where we're going. But all the districts, myself included, paid for it out of our budget. So instead of coming out the general fund, each of us district does have a budget for stuff like this. So that's my amendment, and that's where I'm going with this.
You good with it?
I'll respond to you. Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Champagne's in the queue.
I know, but he's asking me a point blank question.
Oh, wait.
You want-
Wait.
No, I mean, that's what he did. Basically, that's what and it's just taking out of his budget. That's all. Accounting wise, that's all that's going on. Go ahead.
Well, but again, I didn't have any problem with the legislation whatsoever being done. So let me just put that, on the record. But I could say every councilman have a right to bring something up and get it voted upon. So that's where we are, Mr. Konovich.
Mr. Champagne was.
I'm sorry, Mr. Champagne. Let me clear it.
There you go. Cue in again, Mr. Champagne.
He's back in.
There you go.
Just to clear this up, everybody did great work on this. What happened was, as you can read, we didn't have a choice to replace some of these computers. If they're not replaced by October 14th, they can no longer be on the network. So we looked inside of our own budgets and found out what money we had. So we spend that money first, just being good stewards of the taxpayers' money. We had money in our budget, so let's spend that first. Let's take care of ourselves first before we touch the surplus fund, which is money we're going to need to do other things for the entire parish. So we all looked internally. Ms. Morrell did great work helping move, to see who had money, who didn't. Some of the council members had already purchased computers because theirs were old and not able to meet their requirements. They did that earlier, so we were fortunate in that. The IT section did a good job of scanning the entire network to find out which computers were still operational, could stay on the network, so we're not replacing those, but we're only replacing those that have to be replaced. I think it's good work. The only issue I have is I think we waited a little too long to pull the trigger on this. This is not old news. This has been out since the end of last year. I think we could have done a better job at programming this out, and it's a great lesson learned that we need to make sure that we have bad news like this, we get in front of it, because bad news doesn't get better with time. So I wish the IT department would let us know, and we could have leaned forward and been ready. He still had to scan the entire network and let us know, but from a budgetary perspective, we wouldn't have had to make Ms. Morrell and her staff do extra work at the 11th hour. But again, this is a necessary thing. I applaud everybody from being diligent and looking inside their own funds and spending their money. And again, saving the surplus money and the general fund money for other things we definitely going to need as we go down the road. I yield.
Mr. Conovich.
Your amendment took this part out, or did it just change where he's taking the money from?
It took it out coming from the general fund. The amendment takes it out coming from the general fund.
And now it's going, did you put it for his budget?
He can do that on his own. He can do that on his own. He don't need it. He's got money within his own budget.
All right.
He don't need approval from this board to do that.
Okay, and then if we want to be good stewards, could do like my office, we got one computer. If I want to use a computer, I go to Doty's desk and use her computer. I'm good. Being a good steward, we only got one computer. We got.
I'm online.
Okay, anyway, so let's vote on the amendment, because that's where we're at now. Let's vote on the amendment. Machine open to vote on the amendment. And it passes with 8 and District 1, you're truly voting no. Now we're rich.
As amended.
As amended. Let's go back to as amended. Machine is open. And it passes 8 with yours truly voting no. Next item.
A resolution to authorize the submittal to the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, the 2024 Municipal Water Pollution Prevention Environmental Audit Report for the Belchase WWTP and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offer it.
Second.
Any comments from the audience? I don't even have mine. Really?
And I don't think you can, it's different reports, all you gotta vote separately on each one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up in the Belchase. Listen, we got 5 of these audit reports. Can somebody reveal to the public some highlights in these reports that they gotta deliver to the LEDQ?
We have 5 because we have 5 water districts. We have
Right.
individual water districts that require each their own legislation.
So what about some of the highlights in the report?
The report this is just the authorization
To submit.
to move forward. It's an ongoing process. It's been an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing process, so it's,
Not finished.
the report is not made, that's what you're saying? The report is not made, that's what you're saying to the public? And when you got a report is made.
It's an ongoing assessment, review information collected, compiled from the condition and prioritize funding. I mean, this is a report to give LDEQ information in that ongoing process. This isn't like where we get graded every
Right.
year. You get that.
Okay. That's what I want you to, people to understand.
Any other comments from the audience? The administration, the table. Machine is open for voting. And it passed unanimously. Next item, please.
F, a resolution to authorize the submittal to the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, the 2023 and 2024 Municipal Water Pollution Prevention Environmental Audit Report for the Boothville WWTP and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offer. Offer second. Any comments from the audience? Administration. Table. Machine is open for voting. Mr. LaFrance? And it passes unanimously. Next item.
G, a resolution to authorize the submittal to the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, the 2023 and 2024 Municipal Water Pollution Prevention Environmental Audit Report for the Buras WWTP and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offered. Second. Any comments from the audience? Administration table. Machine is open for voting. And it passes unanimous. Next item.
H, a resolution to authorize the submittal to the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, the 2024 Municipal Water Pollution Prevention Environmental Audit Report for the Phoenix WWTP and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offer. Second. Machine is open for voting. Any comments from the audience? Administration table. Machine is open for voting. Next item. It passed unanimous.
I, a resolution to authorize the submittal to the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, the 2023 and 2024 Municipal Water Pollution Prevention Environmental Audit Report for the Port Sulphur WWTP and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offered. Offer second. Any comments from the audience?
Ms. Patty?
Patty. Table. Table. Machine is open. And it passed unanimous. Next item.
J, resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to apply for the Supplemental Disaster Recovery 2025 funding program through the Delta Regional Authority Community Infrastructure Fund, and the amount of $2 million to replace approximately 1.8 miles of existing 8-inch and 10-inch cast iron water lines along English Turn Road with 12-inch PVC water lines, and for the parish to provide up to $70,000 in grant matching funds for this same project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offered. Offered second. Any comments from the audience? Administration. Table.
I just have a question of where is English Turn Road?
We on K, or y'all moving pretty fast? That's K?
We on J.
J.
J? All right, sorry about that.
Water line. $2 million.
This Art Henry from Bell Chase. I hope it passed because it's long overdue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These funds that's coming out that grant fund we got, $170,000. That okay.
We'll have to do appropriation later if we get it.
If we get it, okay. Well, we do have money in that grant fund for this type of stuff. Thank you.
Machine is open for voting.
We got like 1.3 million, so let's spend it on that grant.
Unanimously passed. Next item.
K, a resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to apply for the Supplemental Disaster Recovery 2025 funding program through the U.S. Economic Development Administration in the amount of $20 million to expand the service capacity of the Belchase Water Treatment Plant from 9 to 15 million gallons per day, and for the parish to provide up to 1.5 million in grant matching funds for this same project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Champagne.
Offered, second. Any comments from the audience on K? Georgia.
Clarence Brock, 156 Enos Camerland. Can you explain that a little bit to me? I know is this the water line gonna go across the river to East Bank, or just?
Mr. Brock, what this does is increases the capacity of the Belchase Water Plant to go from 9 million gallons a day to 15 million gallons a day, so that we can help supply the entire parish, particularly right now the West Bank, with water in case of the saltwater wedge, and eventually it facilitates the master plan of putting the underground pipeline across the river and being able to actually facilitate pushing water to the East Bank as well. So this is part of the greater master plan, because that water plant has the largest capacity in the furthest north to be able to, and it can supply the whole parish if it produces 15 million gallons a day.
All right, that's what I thought it was, because I want to make sure it's just the one that's gonna go across the river and come all the way down to Punahou. I just was looking at the money. That's why I was kind of concerned. I said, all that money gonna go for what? As long as it's gonna do the whole parish, it's a good thing. Thanks.
Arthur Henry. Councilman Champagne, you know, you and I have some disagreements on the water deal, but this one, I'm with you. I wish we get this grant.
Any other questions, administration, council, machines open? I'm a verbal yes.
I'm a verbal yes.
What happened to you?
Passes 8 with Mr. Edwards stepped away.
You used the screen like a pinball machine.
Next item.
Allen ordinance to amend the 2025 firefighting fund operating expenditure budget, firefighting general department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Schultz.
I offer as presented.
Mr. Schultz offers, Ms. McCarty seconds. Any questions from the audience?
McCarty.
Clarence Brock, 156 Enos Cameron Drive, land. The question is on this one, that gonna be for raises or for equipment, or just going into the fund, they could do anything they want with it?
No.
Mr. Schultz?
Is for 4 trucks total, a ladder truck to the East Bank, a pumper truck to Belchase, a pumper truck to Boothville, and a pumper truck to Buras, and then all the equipment that will be going onto those trucks. So it's throughout the parish, both sides of the river,
Yeah.
only equipment, only trucks and the equipment that goes on that truck.
That's a good thing. All right.
I like that smile.
Don't say psych when you say a fire truck for a ladder truck on the East Bank.
Yes, ladder truck for the East Bank.
Ladder truck for
That
these days.
was, I think Mr. Edwards has been pushing that for a
Yeah.
while, so, with this truck order, we're adding that one in.
That's good.
No, there's nothing for Pool South. And I'm not complaining.
Y'all just got 2 new trucks.
Yeah, and I'm
Earl-
not complaining.
Be good. Arthur, man, be good.
George in the queue.
I'm sorry, Mitch.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And I also say that they're moving forward with repairing the firehouse. I actually went back there yesterday to look at it, and they're really doing a good job in renovating the Woodlawn Firehouse. So, and again, I want to thank, since we're talking about the fire, again, I want to thank Billy for going in and cutting the grass. And I did talk to Chief Bush about the fact that, you know, we were doing a favor by going and cutting it, that we couldn't continue to maintain it. And so he said he's going to work on terms of maintaining and clean it. Did we vote on this?
No, we got to vote.
A vote. A machine is open for voting. Unanimously passed. Next item.
M, a resolution to establish a committee to analyze and make recommended legislative rule and policy changes to the Plaquemines Parish Council and the Civil Service Commission to improve the following: recruitment, hiring, training, development, retention, and performance management of employees, training supervisors, managers, and directors in the management of personnel, employee compensation and benefit programs, employment policies, and the policy manual, and the distribution and coordination of civil service and human resource functions, all to provide for a more positive and effective work environment and to ensure the parish can sustain a durable workforce to meet its needs well into the future, and otherwise to provide with respect to Councilmember Schultz.
I offer,
Do we submit the names for it?
and I'll have the names, lines 4 and 5, council member, I'm going, myself and Mr. Jursich. With that, I offer. And then the civil service commissioners will select their people next week.
Can I?
Yes.
Oh,
The Newsom.
Also, I'd like to propose an amendment to this legislation. You want to take care of it, Mr. Schultz?
Yes, I forgot about the amendment. The amendment will add number 8, the Plaquemines Port Director or his designee.
His or her designee?
His or her designee. With that, I offer that amendment.
Just an offer with changes.
Or offer with changes, however y'all want to handle it. Okay, offer with changes.
Okay.
And just to let everyone know, Mary and Mr. Culver, two of our lawyers have been meeting with directors. They met with Mr. Schultz, and they'll meet with anybody. So if any of y'all want to meet or can have things y'all want to let them know, they're kind of spearheading this thing, they'll be willing to meet with y'all. Also, any and all council members are welcome to attend these committee meetings. Just because you're not on the committee doesn't mean you can't contribute, doesn't mean you can't, provide input. So we just wanted to let everybody know that as well.
Yeah.
It'd be great if we get a notification when they occur. Thank you.
Any comments from the audience?
Y'all can't get up quick enough.
Hey, y'all come sit right here. Sit right here. We'll slide that table over. Let's slide that table over.
Arthur Henry, Bell Chase. This a deal, go back many, many years. And I've seen the good and I've seen the bad over the years. What's being proposed today, I'm not in agreement with it. I'm not in agreement with it at all because this was done way back then for the employees. I can guarantee you, the way they want to change this now, it's going to benefit the council. Going right back to the old days in the old ways. So I'm definitely against this.
We can't get nobody high.
Hey,
Mr.
but-
Henry.
But when you start getting people higher, then you're going to start having favoritism. Then you're going to start having that. What you going to do about that?
Mr. Henry.
Well,
Mr. Schultz want to answer your question.
Go ahead.
So this creates a committee in conjunction with civil service, their 2 commissioners, their director, for recommended changes to, the first step is basically to solve some of the hiring issues we're having.
Okay.
Thus, whenever those changes do come out of this committee, it has to come to us for a vote and to the Civil Service Commission for a vote to make the changes. It's not like we can just unilaterally make changes. That's why we're doing this in conjunction with the commission, the Civil Service Commission.
Now, when you say it got to come back to the council, it goes right back to the old ways. If I can get 5-4 votes, I'm there. Hey, you can
We
look
can't get
at it
people
any way
hired
you
right
wanna
now.
Look at it. Any way you want to look at it.
Okay.
Does not protect the employee. All I'm saying.
No, this forms a committee to make recommendations, and then somewhere
Hold
it
on,
says,
hold on.
correct. Go ahead, Mr.
Mr. Mr. Schultz, you want the
Oh,
floor?
no, I'm gonna let him.
I'm listening, you could continue on.
Oh, no, what I'm saying is this creates a committee with the Civil Service Commission, the Civil Service Director, 2 council members, parish director, or parish president, his or her designee, port director, his or her designee, and the director of administration, Mr. Taylor. It says somewhere in here, oh, thank you, that we are to come back with a recommendation report to the council and the Civil Service Commission by November 30th, 2025. Nothing can change without approvals from both bodies. So we're having issues with hiring, we're having issues with certain things, how certain processes are handled, and we're trying to modernize and basically streamline the process for the parish, for the new employees, for the commission, Civil Service Commission. Ultimately, we're not getting rid of anything. We're just trying to make it better and attract more employees.
Okay. That answered my question. The
Thank
only thing I'll say, civil service is a good thing, and if we change it too much, it keep people accountable. So I don't want like the.
No, we're not getting rid of civil service.
I'm not. Let's say to get rid of, but I don't want to take their authority away from them and saying, because they're the ones that do the policing of everybody in here.
Right.
And so as long as they have some authority and some say so, I agree with whatever y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Thanks.
Okay, oh, yeah, hold on.
Mr. Henry and Mr. Brown, I'll give y'all a prime example of how good civil service is. Man worked for the parish for 30 years, retired, stayed home maybe a week, said, I can't do it, I want to go back to work. Now, he cut grass for 30 years. He came, applied for his old job back. Civil service said he wasn't qualified for that job.
That's a problem.
Because the job description said education and/or experience. Well, they don't know what and/or means. They said he didn't have a high school diploma, so he can't go to work. How many different kind of lawnmowers you think that man worked in 30 years? Because we didn't need him to engineer a new lawnmower or fix that lawnmower. Needed him to ride it. That's where we need to change things with civil service.
Hi, David Clark, 108 Avenue in Bell Chase. I'm totally for, I know the issues we're having with getting people hired on civil service and stuff like that, but our track record creating committees, going over processes and changing them haven't been very good. I hope we can follow through with this and get some clear expectations, and what's done is done. We don't revisit every week or 2 or 3 because like Mr. Henry is saying, things are going a certain way and we want to change it. So I hope we can get together and create this committee to come up with a process that's fair and equal and we stick to it instead of getting in a mess like we've done in other situations. Thanks.
Mitch?
Yeah, so, Mr. Henry, we're going to leave, people in the civil service will still be protected. We're not changing that. What I have in my office down in Port Sulphur, I've had dozens of young, willing, able-bodied young men trying to get hired on, easy jobs. They get denied, and they get denied for some of the most, I can't justify why they're getting denied. They bring me the letters, and it doesn't make any sense. What we need to do, I got Prom South down here, the men working on tractors. We got 2 tractors idle right now because we can't get people hired on. There's some good applications coming in. They just don't hire them. We need to change our hiring technique. Give these people a chance. If they don't make the cut, and that's all we're trying to do is work with civil service, give these people an opportunity because they can run a tractor, they can run heavy equipment, but they're not getting accepted because, as Mr. Konovich said, they don't have a college degree. They don't have this, they don't have that. The dates are messed up on the last jobs they had. Some of the excuses I get, these people are ready to go to work. And that's what we need to do. we don't need to have 2 tractors not cutting grass, because that's why our levees don't look as good as they do. That's why our roads don't look as good. We need all 4 of these tractors running. That's all we're trying to do, is give people an opportunity. And that's the trouble I've seen since I've been in office is not the way, civil service operates. It's the way they hire. And that's just my explanation.
I just wanted to say that when we first came up, we're talking about selecting 2 of the council people to be on there. I remember being the first person said I wanted to be on as a council representative, and then I remember Mitch saying he wanted to be. So I was shocked to find out today that while I offered to be the very first person to be on this commission, that my name wasn't submitted. So I'm going to ponder on that. But one thing that that I know that everybody could be present. So my virtual, when I first got on this council, I was the first council member that said that we need to look at civil service, and we passed an ordinance there at public hearing. And so again, I made it very clear my position on civil service. Now, the only thing I said different than maybe why I was blocked out of it, because there was a deliberate act that my name wasn't submitted. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there was some behind the scenes thing, because if this was all right, my name should have been as one of the people on it. So I just want to go on record that I realized what was happening. I don't want people to think that I'm sleeping. So I want to put that out there. But I will be present. What I said, and I will say it again, and maybe this is why I wasn't selected. What I said is that with civil service, I noticed that when the Pope started working with civil service, they was able to get a lot of stuff done. And I still think that we can do the same thing. My position haven't changed. So while I wasn't selected, even though I'm chairman of this council, to be the representative on that, when off the time that come up, you should be there as the chairman. But for some reason in this thing here, there was some behind the scenes things to make sure I wasn't on it. So I just want to put that out for the record. But I will be present at every meeting.
Yes, if you want to put your name down, it was my ordinance, and I've been working with administration for the past 2 years trying to get something, actually longer than that. If you want to put your name down, that's fine with me, but it was my ordinance. I just assumed that we worked on this, and that's why I put my name down, and nobody objected to Mitch. So if you want to put your name down, I'm fine.
No, I'm fine. Like I said, I would be present at every meeting.
If anybody wants to amend it, I don't care. We need change. And so if anybody wants to make an amendment, I'm fine. I don't need to be on it. I got
I'll make an
other
amendment.
stuff.
You're not changing, but I would be present at every meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment. Mr. Schultz? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll make an amendment.
I just want to make it clear, as someone who did not volunteer for this, and that, as far as I know, we didn't get together and make a decision. I wasn't asked who should go on the board. So, I just want to, as far as I know, nobody got together. Thank you.
So,
Yeah, fine.
thank you, Mr. Chair. So with that, if Mr. Schultz is okay, I'd like to make an amendment to the council member insert Reverend Tyrone Edwards and remove Chris Schultz. With that amendment, I offer and ask for a second.
I'll second it.
Been second.
Because I did, when I do remember the email, and I'll stand, and I do support the council chairman and Mr. Edwards. And thank you. I agree.
Comments on the audience? Table? Administration table, the machine is open for voting. On the amendment. Now we voting on as amended.
Well, really, you had to offer with changes.
Yeah, it was an offer with change.
Oh. Vote no, it's as amended.
Senator France? And it passes 9-0. Next item, please.
9N is deferred. 9O, an ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan repairs, Diamond Park project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember LaFrance.
I'll defer it.
Deferred.
And
P, an ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvements plan, Empire Back Sector Gate Project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Jurist, and this is changes.
On line 4, we're removing fund balance parish surplus and inserting Bud Mat - Tiger Pass project. On line 14, we're removing fund balance designated for parish surplus, inserting Bud Mat Tiger Pass project, and those are the changes.
I offer, and a little explanation on this. A little explanation on this is we were able to find the funding left over from the previous project, which was very, thanks to Ms. Buck for finding that, looking up with finding it and seeing where we had some money left, because that way we leave in the surplus fund alone for this, which I think is a very, very good move. So that's why we had these changes at the last minute, so don't punish me for that. No.
Any comment, Mr. Konovich?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go even though it's in my district. And the money's getting spent in my district, so I'll let it go.
There you go. Gates in your district.
Any comments from the audience? Administration? Table, machine is open.
Arguing.
They're gonna argue too.
Ten, approval of the minutes from the August 14th, 20.
Next item, please.
Approval of the minutes from the August 14th, 2025 regular meeting.
Offer it. Second.
Pick somebody.
9 and 1.
A vote. And the next item.
11, new business. 11A, introduction of resolutions where a suspension is being sought. 11A1, a resolution to make the Plaquemines Parish appointment to the Task Force on Regional Water Purification as created by H.R. 305 of the 2025 regular legislative session and to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Schultz.
You got the change?
Offer with changes.
Oh, it's in, it came out, the change is in there already.
What change?
Oh, okay. It's
Let's see.
Offer.
Offer it.
Second.
Any comments from the audience? Mid-year.
This is for suspension.
For the suspension.
Suspension. Vote on the suspension.
We're on one, right?
To Champagne? And it passes 9-0. Now we're gonna vote as suspended, as amended.
No, on the actual thing.
Yeah, same thing.
To make the Plaquemines Parish appointment to the Task Force on Regional Water Purification as created by H.R. 305 of the 2025 regular legislative session and to provide otherwise to, with respect thereto. Councilmember Schultz.
I offer, ask for a second.
Council will not.
Second, any comments from the audience?
Go get us some money.
The administration, the table, machine is open.
Jacob, the person that originally sponsored the resolution, hashtag.
That's a good one, Mitch.
Mitch, oh.
He said,
Next item.
They left you on?
He's just saying, that's all. He didn't want to vote for himself. That's very modest.
Very modest, huh?
Next item.
2, a resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to sign the CEA with the state of Louisiana administered by the Office of Facility Planning and Control for a state capital outlay funding of $2 million. This funding is for the Plaquemines Parish Safety Answering Point Planning and Construction, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Champagne.
Alfred? Second?
For suspension.
We're making changes?
Mr. Edwards,
He did.
oh, just for the suspension. Second. Mr. Edwards already seconded.
Yes. Scott, you want to say something? Okay.
No, not right now.
This is for the suspension.
That's what I'm saying.
Mr. LaFrance?
Mr. LaFrance, George Konovich on the suspension. And it passes. Okay. Can you clear?
Resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designated to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to sign the CEA with State of Louisiana administered by the Office of Facility Planning and Control for state capital outlay funding of $2 million. This funding is for the Plaquemines Parish Safety Answering Point Planning and Construction, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Champagne.
Second by Mitch. Any comments from the audience, administration? Ms. McCarthy, oh, I'm sorry.
You know I gotta act with this deal.
Oh, yeah, it's a good thing.
I can't hear you.
Go through the formality.
Oh, Arthur Henry Bell Chase.
This is, we're gonna have to come up with $500,000 of matching funds to gain $2 million of capital outlay money to move our 911 answering center to the parish complex in the new ELC building. So we spent $500 to get.
It's a good deal. I'm mad about that. Oh, good deal.
You still, okay.
I got it.
Mr. Newsom?
Yes, I see the 500,000 is, we got it coming out of, the grant funding? No? Where's the funding? Where's the five?
Project.
Thank you.
That project.
Thank you.
Okay. If no other comments, the machine is open for voting.
If we ever get awarded that.
Getting 2 million.
And it's unanimous pass. Next item.
B, discussion on procedures and policies regarding public comments during council meetings. Councilmember Juristich.
You win.
Okay, it's been quite a while we've been going through these meetings, and no offense to the audience, but I got the public comment, open meetings law and public comment, what public comment actually is. What's been happening in the past few years since I've been here, it's been a question and answer session. Sometimes it turns into mini town halls. I do agree, our digest needs to be better. That way, when you get that piece of paper and that digest is much more clear, and you can read it, and you come up and make your comment. But when it starts to become a question answer, and I get some of the questions are quick, if they're quick and they answered, and you're satisfied, but when we go back and forth, that's something that needs to be discussed with your council member beforehand. Get the answers if you can prior, or when you get here, discuss it with your council member. But we do, the open meetings law, it allows y'all, we have to allow y'all to come up before we vote on on an action item. And this is what public comment is on action items. That's items we're actually going to be voting on. A lot of times when administration gives their reports, we're allowing public comment. By the rules, we don't have to do that. It's been kind of something that we allow to go on. And I know it might not settle well with y'all, but we looking not to keep the public from comment, but like I said, we want to follow the rules a little better. And a comment is a comment. It's not a question. If you need answers, you know who your council member is, and if you can't get with him, call another council member. We answer our phones, all the time. Now, if you don't get the agenda till today, you might want to find a way to get the agenda prior to the meetings. I think they come out on Wednesday afternoon. But on our on our part, we have to do a better job with the digest, because if the digest is more digestible, then y'all would understand what's going on, a lot easier. So we take the blame on this, and it's not something I think that's gonna take effect overnight, but I would like to see more communication between your council member and yourself and get the answers, and even administration. You got questions for the administration, feel free to call them. But my problem is when it gets to where earlier today, it was almost turned into a town hall. We kind of got off subject. We got all over the place, and and it's really, we got people sometimes that sit in the audience waiting for their, chance to come up for their action item, and sometimes they got to wait and wait and wait. I'm not trying to stop the public from comment. I'm just trying to go with the public comment rules are as we look at them. And a lot of suggestions are 3 minutes instead of 5. So we're giving 5 because that was what we agreed to do. So in the future, and today was much better. I'm not gonna lie. We got up, you asked a quick question. If you asked a quick question, you got a quick answer, and you were happy. So that was just the reason I brought this up, because I would like to see, public comment be more of what it is, a public comment. And that's all I have.
Withdrawing that item, Mr. Are you gonna withdraw that item?
It's just a discussion.
It was just discussion.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Andrew?
When this council first started, Dr. Gui introduced a resolution that says we have to go by the public speak first. Council people speak, but I have a problem with that, because the law doesn't say you can't answer questions. The law doesn't say that. The law does not say you can't answer questions. And I always believe if someone elects you to a public office, you should always be able to answer a question to the public. If not, you shouldn't be dealing with the public. It's public. And if I call somebody on a certain matter, it's gonna look like I'm hiding something. Open meeting means just what it means. Open. Transparency. Transparency. And you guys sitting up there have a right to do this the way you want to do it. The way you want to do it. But look, we in the public. We don't have all the knowledge you guys have. We're not privy to all that. But at the end of the day, I hope we don't ever get to that point where we really can't say we serve the public. Listen, you guys work, according to you, 2 meetings. 2 meetings.
So what? We work.
2 meetings a month. 2 meetings a month. The second Thursday and the last fourth Thursday. But look at the salary. If you're not working even 8 hours in those time frames. So listen, the public pays a whole lot of money for this. Pay a whole lot of money for this, man. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen, man. This is a deal for the public arena. And the people need to know. The people need to know. But the way we want to hide behind things, let's just go by the way the rules say. I can deal with that. But when you put yourself in that position, when you start running for offices, people going to remind you of that. I can guarantee they're going to remind you, she got something to hide. Hey, let the people, let them in. Let them in. Keep it public. Keep it public. I'm all for whatever on this agenda, speak what's on the agenda. But if anyone in this audience have a question to ask any person on this agenda, that person should be able to answer it. That person should be able to answer it, man. Transparency. Transparency.
Clarence Box, 156 Enos Cameron. All y'all have to do is call me and say, Mr. Clarence, you can't come here anymore. You ask too many questions.
That's not what we say.
It's easy to get my number, call the fire department, call the dispatch, but I need to know. It's not for me. I've been coming here for 3 years, and trust me, I'm pretty good. Everybody in here knows me. I am pretty good. So there's nothing y'all can do that can hurt me. But we have the meetings at 2 o'clock in the daytime. Everybody is working. They're supposed to be working. They're working. And a lot of this stuff is for the people. You're saying the procedures and policies. All the procedures and policies is being made here by all 9 of you guys and lady. And we got to live by them. If we don't come here and ask the question, how are we going to know what to do? If you stop us from asking questions, a lot of stuff we don't know. I asked Mr. Schultz many times. Explain it to me. He explained it to me in layman terms. But like a lot of stuff, this is not my specialty. Coming here for 3 whole years, it's not my specialty. Mr. Schultz, his house, I could do the wiring of his house. I could do electrical wiring of his house. I could do the plumbing of Mr. Champagne house. I'm capable of doing all that. I could build Mr. LaFrene's house. I'm a carpenter. I'm an electrician. I'm a plumber. I'm a welder. I'm a bunch of stuff. I'm an operator. But I'm not a person that come in here and ask questions and know the answer to them before I ask them. That's why I'm asking, because I don't know. If y'all stop me from asking them, y'all gonna pass a lot of stuff and gonna go to the public, and the public gonna say, wow, we didn't know all this was gonna happen. You got to give us the opportunity to represent ourselves. It's already bad that we coming in here at 2 o'clock. So that's a bad decision. So all y'all have to do is call me and tell me. I never go over my time. If I do go over my time, remind me. You can remind me. And today I got a little offended, and it came into a public thing, as you say. But how are we gonna know the answer if we don't give y'all our opinion here right now? And when y'all get there and vote on it, it's gonna be a law, and we might not agree with it, but we gotta live by it. So that's a bad decision. Anybody vote for this is gonna be a bad decision.
It's not about we just discussing.
Oh, it's just a discussion?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. In other words, I can still vote.
Hi, David Clark, 108 Avenue in Bell Chase. Yeah, it's kind of scary when we talk about public maybe too involved, asking too many questions. You know, like Mr. Henry pointed out, it's all right to be here and to ask those questions. I see sometimes some of the topics going here, seems like the first time you guys look at it when you get to the meeting, looking at some of the expressions on the faces. So I don't know how much homework you put into it before you get here. But ideas come up when I hear when I hear conversations from other people that may trigger a question that I want to ask. So, we do get 5 minutes right now to speak. And as far as I know, most of us stay within that 5 minutes. But it's definitely scary to even think that the public is getting in our business, meaning the government's business, too much. It's all right, like Mr. Henry said, and we would do everything in our power to keep that right and make sure that we have access to you guys at a meeting like this so we can ask those questions. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Anyone else from the audience? George?
Yes. So I appreciate the comments, and I brought this up because y'all do ask a question. And a lot of times, as soon as you ask that question, you get an answer. And the answer is pretty, and we got to do a better job of answering that question as plainly as we can so you understand it. I get that. But if you ask a question and it gets answered, what I'm asking is, I think everybody does a pretty good job. I know Mr. Champagne is very thorough in his answers to a question. I'm not saying you can't ask a question. I just put what the policies are here that I'm looking at. I'm not saying this is not going to a vote. This is not a vote at all. But I'm going to tell you, Mr. Henry, I got news for you, buddy. I lose a lot of money with this job because I'm in my office almost every day, and a lot of times from 7:30 in the morning to 3:30, 4 o'clock in the evening. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy my job. And my phone never goes off. But you can ask anybody that talks to me. I enjoy my job. They think I'm crazy, but I do enjoy. I enjoy serving the public. And I serve the public 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I enjoy doing it. And I do. So I just want to let you know, I'm not the 2 meeting a month type of guy. And I do read my stuff, and there's a lot of people that, maybe not in this room, but can attest to, I'm in my office and I don't know if I've missed many phone calls. I don't know if I've missed many questions on Facebook, to inform the public of what's going on. I do stay in touch. And anytime you got a question, you feel free to call my office. Call me, call my cell phone. So I just, I think once you get an answer, and I think we got to do a better job of providing that answer. But sometimes we go on and on and on, and it's a lot of repetitiveness, and that happens on our part as well. We don't have to repeat what we said 10 or 15 times. And that's what I'm looking to streamline that. I'm not looking to keep anything from y'all or stop y'all from making your comments and getting the answers you need. But when you get the answer you need, it's time, let's move on. But you got any question? And look, if it's something that becomes controversial, we're quick to defer things too, if we got to go back. So, that's what I'm trying to do. Just not shut y'all out at all. And any one of y'all that ever call me sometimes, maybe David don't get to call back sometimes. But, we do know what we're talking about when, but no, it's not so don't think that this is an 8-hour a month job. It's not. It's, I've left my original job to take care of this. And I did that because I want to represent properly. So I just got to get that back to you. I am in my office. I am in my vehicle. I'm looking at things. I'm everywhere. So that's it.
God.
I'm going to support both positions, Mr. Henry and Mr. Jurisic. Because to Mr. Jurisic's point, today, something went beyond 5 minutes back and forth. We just lost control of it. But also, Mr. Henry, I believe that transparency is very important. Even I have trouble getting information sometimes. We do as well. So some of us have very busy districts. I know District 5, because of the bridge, it's had problems that make me go out early in the morning, during the middle of the night. And this is 2 jobs. It's not 1 job for $35,000 a year. And I take it seriously. I feel it's a duty to be a service, not only to the people, but to God. And that's why I have to answer to him, and that's why I take it seriously. And just for an example of what I did yesterday, I stayed in my office till 8 o'clock, looking at finances, and then I went home and I stayed up until 2 o'clock writing a report and reading policies. This is not a short job if we do it right. I had to give up my company. From the beginning, I thought I would be able to go back and start my company back up. I had to quit because this is a very busy job, at least for some districts. So I empathize with you needing information, and I hope that we can all be available outside the office as well, because I get a lot of calls. I go visit people, just like I know that other people on this board do. So I yield. Thank you.
Kind of.
Mr. Henry, Mr. Brock, Mr. Clark, I don't have a problem answering to any of y'all. I work for y'all just like all 8, 9 of us do. Problem I got is I only work 2 days. In the last 6.5 years, I've drove excavators, backhoes, tractors. What's the budget for the fort for fuel? We don't have one. It comes out of my pocket because I cut the grass there every week. And I don't have to do none of that. I do it because I want to serve the people. That way they can't say, you didn't earn your money. I work. And I'm doing it for the people who put me in office. But I don't have a problem answering any question. Sometimes you might not like the question, the answer I give, but I'm going to answer it. Thank you.
Mr. Hendry, you out of order. You out of order. Let me just say this, is that I don't have any problem. I was glad when they brought it to 5 minutes. And I believe that the people should have a right in a democracy to speak their mind, whether we agree with them or don't agree with it. And so, but I understand you got to have restrictions. So I was glad when they move it to 5. So I'm 100% in support of. I would never be against doing. And I've seen time, that we have. Because think about it, we got to be careful. Because if we just base it on Mr. Brock and Mr. David Clark and Mr. Hendry, because they hear more than anybody else, right? And we're creating a rule for them or creating a rule for me or somebody. We got to look at when other people come by. We got these rules. We restrict other people who really need to have some other time. So when we got to stringent rules. So I'm for the 5 minutes. But I think we should be able to answer people's questions. I'm not going to get into the hours that I work, because that speaks for itself. And the reason why I'm not running, because the pay, I'm not ready to sacrifice what I need to do for the amount of money we're paying. So that's why I choose not to run off, because the pay doesn't justify me giving up the amount of time that I need to give up to the job to be effective. So again, thank you, Mitch, for putting this on there, and I hope all of us learn something from the discussion. Next item.
District 3 update, discussion of budget policies. Councilmember Schultz.
I'm gonna be quick.
Cue in.
Really working, but
They're working for TV.
so I'm just gonna be quick. A reminder: budget time's coming up. If you want to see changes to the budget, please go see finance. Talked to finance last week over the phone. She has some thought processes. I know administration has talked to finance on possible changes. So we vote on the budget in November. If you want to see changes, now's the time to go look at it. That's it. I'm going to be quick.
Thank you.
Thank you for that information. I definitely need to hear that. Next item.
District 7 update,
Deferred, but not before.
adjournment.
Hey, Mardi Gras Pass, don't need to talk?
Huh?
You want to talk about Mardi Gras?
No, I want mine. Yeah. I said mid deferred. I mean the thing.
Deferred it.
No, District D deferred.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely want mine E.
District 1 update, discussion of Mardi Gras Pass.
And we'll discuss the Mardi Gras Pass. I have some seasoned fishermen who live, they pin up on here, and I want to allow them to come up and give their take on Mardi Gras Pass. So I don't know if individually they want to speak or they have selected certain people to speak, but this is the time you can come up.
Good afternoon. How y'all doing?
Good.
First of all, I'd like to say I think we all could agree that
State your name and address, please.
my name is Jared Burrow, Port South, Louisiana.
Thank you.
Well, I'm flip flop. I'm Port South, East Bay. I don't care.
That's
I'm from Plaquemine Parish, but I'm transferred all over the United States. So anyway, back to what I was about to say. I think we all could kind of agree on the fact that the true teacher of life is the experience itself. And we all have seen some things that have happened, and we could transfer them back to our life. And what I'm saying that is, Mardi Gras Pass has become a big headache. And just tearing this East Bank up, has been doing it for quite a while, and it destroyed a lot of lives. You know, at one time, this was one of the most vibrant communities through seafood, and everybody from both sides of the river, half of Louisiana, came fish oysters over here. And Mardi Gras Pass and totally destroyed all that. Not just the crab, not just the oysters. You got to go out, way out to catch oysters, catch the crabs and the shrimps. Now you can't do things that was natural in your backyard. And one of the biggest things about losing Mardi Gras, losing our fishery to Mardi Gras Pass is you kill the whole community. The gentleman earlier stated about how the Marines look like it's been out of combat too. I don't know what they're trying to do, not to do no maintenance over there at all, no cleanup, nothing. It's just terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's time for the East Bank to be treated better than what's been treated. Like I said, I'm from both sides of the river, and I watched differences both ways. So I see a fair shake on one side and a definite hide and shake on another. Now, one of the big things that just happened, like I said earlier, about experiences on true teacher of life. And sometimes you start off small, sometimes you got to start off large. But we look at the large part of it. If the governor of Louisiana came in and said that the verge is no good on the West Bank, is going to destroy the fishery on the West Bank, well, what the hell you think is done on the East Bank? That's a total experience of itself. And then the way they were mitigating circumstance for the fishermen over the river, they should have been mitigating circumstance for fishermen over here too. This is a problem right now. You got people walking around without jobs, without community going right, and they're wondering why all this came about. It's because they ignored the East Bank too long, and it's time for a change. I don't care what you got. You got police, get rid of the police. Use that money, close Mardi Gras Pass. Do some things with some of that stuff that's being wasted. It's a lot of waste down there, and y'all know where it's at. Find it.
Thank you, Jared. Anyone else? Tyrone left? Oh, okay.
Oh, Arthur Henry Bell Chase. It's been a another long issue. But the reality of this is, we no longer have the Barataria diversion anymore. I wish and I hope this council could get together and really dive in to try to solve Mardi Gras Pass. This council, study behind the Barataria diversion. And I was with you. Oh, look, totally with you. But now we have another issue on the other side. We got to get together and help the people over here too. Get our state legislators, Mr. Connie, Mr. Bro, talk to these guys. Everybody got to come to the table, man. When something for some people get done, or everybody is there. But for other people, they all scatter. And I'm talking reality, not talking white, black. I'm talking reality. We go to Washington, D.C. to the Mardi Gras ball. That's where our senators at, our congressmen at. Talk to these people about Mardi Gras Pass. That's where the money is at. That's where the appropriations come down from. But we all got to be at the table. We all got to be at the table to solve this problem. Because the economic of the East Bank is down in the dumps.
Thank you.
When it comes down to ocean or the industry for seafood and all that kind of stuff, you remember I got lost right there by I could see the top of the marina. So I don't know nothing but the bayou, but I do know Mardi Gras Pass. I remember when salt water came into the parish, they were talking about closing it or do something with it. And they had another bad spot a little further down in, I think in Post Alpha. They wanted to do something. It was so low that the pipes was showing. So I remember Mr. Jurdish said it right. He's supposed to, I saw him on television saying we need to do stuff with these diversions and stuff. So what became of that? Did they do something? Are they planning on putting money in closing it or whatever? We need to look into that. I know it looked good. Went to Congress or whenever, or to Baton Rouge or D.C., and y'all say that's a big problem. We cannot have the salt water coming back into the parish. So, did anything happen, or just whenever?
We're going to make a comment on it. We want you just
Okay.
finish what you're doing.
Yeah, that's all I want to say. I know we said we were going to do something with those passes, because the only thing we got left is ducks, going hunting ducks. The crab's gone, the fish gone, the oyster's gone, and whatever we eat out there by you. But only thing we got left is the duck, and the duck's not going to be here long because the fresh water bringing lilies. They can't know where to land to get the food. That's all I have.
Thank you. Anybody else from the audience? Mitch?
All right. This is something that's been passionate to me for many years since it blew open in 2012. I know exactly Mardi Gras Day 2012 with the High River is a day it blew out. Immediately when it blew out, the oyster industry got involved. I've been chairman of the Louisiana Oyster Task Force now for probably going on 8 years. And I sat on the task force for over 30-something years. Back when Mardi Gras Pass really started opening up, the Oyster Task Force put up $200,000 to engineer and design a plan to close Mardi Gras Pass. That's just how far back it's been that we've been working on this. Problem is, we butted heads with CPRA. They saw a natural diversion, so they kept blocking everything we were trying to do. We actually had $13 million in a pot of money that would have took us about $11 million of that to close Mardi Gras Pass at the time, Rocket. The parish had riprap on standby right here. I think it's on your side of the river right here. We were supposed to go get that riprap and just start closing it off ourselves. Kept getting blocked. CPRA kept blocking us the whole way. You know the power they had. But I could tell you how many times, how many interviews I have done, not just local, national, everywhere. And the one thing I do talk about is how it has destroyed the East Bank fishermen of this parish. Mr. Bartholomew could tell you, Kenny, you know it. You know, Mr. John knows it. I've talked about the state of poverty it's put this side of the river in. I talk about those days when that Point Lahash Boat Harbor would have 30 to 40 semi-tractor trailers leaving out of there until 2 o'clock in the morning. People waiting all night long to load up. You had boats from all over the state in that harbor. It was vibrant. It was alive. This whole community was alive. People don't realize just what happens when you take the fishing out of a fishing community. This is what happened. I've used this example the whole while fighting the Mid-Barataria sediment diversion. We have the science. We have the proof. Look what it's done to fishermen on the East Bank. And if y'all don't think I'm not passionate about that, I've been very passionate about it. I fought this tooth and nail. And that's another hat I wear, Mr. Henry, Chair of the Oyster Task Force for the state. And I mean, that's another job I have. And I have given my heart and soul to that. And I know some of you out here may have seen me talk about it. I've also now using Mardi Gras Pass as the saltwater intrusion issue. Saying saltwater enters this river much quicker now, further north, because it's got all these crevasses. Not just Mardi Gras Pass. There's 34 crevasses between Mardi Gras Pass and Baptiste Scolet, which was the first natural pass for the water to exit into the Gulf of Mexico. We now have 34 crevasses, some of them bigger than you think. Neptune Pass is major. They're in the process of narrowing it down, necking it down, but they're still saying they're not going to close it. Neptune Pass is just as detrimental to our oyster growing grounds, Quarantine Bay, all that area, American Bay, California Point. I grew up over there. I grew up getting oysters, traveling, just like you said, sir. You know, we came from Empire. We would come over here, get the seed oysters, bring them back over there. Season opened the first Wednesday after Labor Day. It didn't close till the 1st of April. We were able to let that season run wide open all throughout that whole time frame. Now, we just talked about the oyster seasons at the last task force meeting this Tuesday. We have no season right here. That season is across the Mississippi River Gulf Outlet, you know, north of the Ship Channel, Lake Bourne area, and it's still very limited. You know, we got everybody on a 30-sack limit. That's not what it used to be, you know. But I remember the fishermen in Point LaHash when I worked over there. The Captain Abe, all them boats. I remember, you know, where's those boats now? They're gone. The fishermen couldn't even afford to put them back together. Poverty has set in. Y'all, you're absolutely right. It's destroyed y'all. And I've been fighting this battle, passionately fighting this battle, and still today, and I'm not stopping. You know, I used hurricanes. A hurricane, that Mardi Gras Pass is going to let a lot of water in that river if you get a hurricane. I'm using every tool we have in the box to try to convince the people, the Corps of Engineers, you need to maintain your fractured east bank of this river. Now, will it come back like it used to be? Probably not, but anything is better than what you got now. I mean, I remember, you know, when I had a lot of oysters on the West Bank, I had people from Point LaHash, from the East Bank, invite them, come work for me over here. And they came, the ones that could did, and they did well. And of course, now, you know, things have changed again, but anyway, to answer y'all question, that battle's on, we're fighting it, and we are in Baton Rouge, they're aware of it, but it's up to the Corps of Engineers to really step in and help stop this. So, no, that battle's not ending anytime soon. This water board, the task force that they just put me on for purified water, it entails 5 parishes. Plaquemines is one. Well, we're the first ones that's dealing with saltwater wedge. I'm going to use this as a prime opportunity to tell them we need the Corps to close these crevasses so we can stop the intrusion of salt water. Corps is going to spend $70-something million a year putting a saltwater wedge. $70-something million could sure close off a lot of those gaps. I'm with y'all, and by God, if we can make this happen tomorrow, I would do it. But I'm going to continue to work on it because I do want to see something happen. I want to see life back on the east bank of the river. Will it bring the community back? I don't know. It's hard to say because it's been so long, you know. But I just wanted to put out there, I appreciate Reverend Edwards, but we passed several resolutions with the parish. I know before I got in office, they passed one. The previous administration, we passed one. I don't know if it was an ordinance or a resolution, urging the Corps to step in and do due diligence and protect with their resources, the river. They need to maintain the river. This is on them. This is not on us. It's on them. But it's up to us to fight. And we don't stop that fight. I want to let you know, I'm not going to stop that fight. And I yield.
Yeah, and thank you, Mitch, for the work that you're doing around it. And, you know, I called Mitch about this, and I thought he'd be the perfect person to lead this. And most of y'all know that he's in oyster business. He knows the language and everything. So I'm hoping that that gives the fishermen some encouragement. But I want to just add one thing that Mitch said. You know, you can't get it to come back to its glorious days. But if you get it back to getting something in there, it would be better than what we had before. Because when I mentioned to him, but having oyster reefs to rep, I don't know if we're ready to get nowhere in that level yet. And so I think I agree that we got the right person, you know, to lead this charge because he's a fisherman. So I'm excited about it. And I'm hoping that you got some kind of encouragement. I know that Sister Kim Buck is doing tremendous work. Mardi Gras Pass came up when she did a State of the Coastal report at the Poppy meeting. Mardi Gras Pass was one of the things that came up there. So it's on the agenda now. I just want to let y'all know that we're really taking your livelihood serious. So and thank you for taking time out to come. Kenny, I'm sorry that Mr. LaFran threw you on the bus. It's putting you with your other hat on your head. But thank you. And I think that I don't think we have anything else to come before this body.
Motion.
Can we get a motion to adjourn the meeting of the council?
Second.
Motion second. Machine is open.
How long?
And it passes 8-1.